Alright, so let's get into this. First, I'm going to open up the main demo you get with the folder. And in the script, just comment out the decal effects code because I think by default, you don't have any decal projector in the built-in render pipeline. So you'll have to change this if you want later to work properly with some custom solution that you might find online. So I just commented out the code that is supposed to be working on this. Alright. Now we can change these materials into the standard shader as well. Just select the shader and make them standard, as well as for the player's materials. Let's create a terrain to get a reference to the material of the standard render pipeline so we can fix our own terrain. There you go, and we should get now our terrains back with all the materials correctly set up. Alright, now let's go into the left decal and remove the script that's missing, and the right decal as well. Let's create a new game object to the footstep decal left and create a quad inside of it. Now this is a very basic idea that I'm going to be using, and is not going to be the best as my system was not developed for using the quads or objects. It was developed for the decals, so you might have a bit of issues with it, so it's better to get a custom decal solution. Anyway, so let's get this material set to cutout and set the alpha cutoff on up to 1. And I will just change this thing to scale to match the feet heightened size. So the Y is going to be 0.25. There we have the footstep, but something's wrong with the color. I guess no, this. Oh, alright, so I made that 0 by mistake. So it lost its color anyway, keep it up to 1. Now let's position this correctly. I mean rotate it so that it's facing in the correct direction. So 90 and 180. Now that we have this footstep left, we can make it a prefab and duplicate it for the right one and unpack it. Then on the quad, I'm going to simply drag the other material, remove its mesh collider as well, and do the same for the other one that we made a prefab earlier. Make sure to make the right one also in the prefab. Now we can go in the settings and just assign them directly in the scriptable object that we have for this. That's it. Now let's give it a try, and you can see that we're getting the reference script on some behavior is not found. Well, that's because in URP you have some scripts. Actually, sorry, you will get the machine package, so you might not have some of these scripts missing, but as I actually just didn't update it directly or add the packages, so it did not have machine in there. And anyway, just select the preset for the tags and layers. And let's see if we can apply everything now. Right. So still we have this issue and we still have this problem. So on the directional light you have some component which is missing. We don't need that, nor do we need on the camera. Now we still have it on the camera itself. And I don't see any though. I think I need to, yeah. So this is a problem where the prefabs, when you reuse them inside, you cannot apply them until you go into the real root prefab and change it like that. And now it can apply. And we don't get that problem anymore, but we still have to fix this issue. This is just a simple layer issue. And make sure to set it to ground as well as default. And now we can move around on the surface. But you can see the particles are all in pink, and this is becoming a hierarchy mess because they're not being destroyed at all. It's not very hard to destroy them though. We could simply use the delayed destroy component that would simply delay them and then destroy them after the time that you specify. So let's do that. I'm going to add a delayed destroy and set its time to 1 second. The same for the right decal. And now let's see what happens. As you can see, the footstep spawns and then 1 second later it's destroyed. Alright. And you'll see that it's not correctly positioned in the height because a decal would actually, align with the surface and it would like project it onto the surface, but this is a quad which does not really project anything, it's just an object. So you could actually change the offsets as you want, but the best option is to find some decal projector if you really want to use the built-in render pipeline, and then using the decal projector solution by whoever it is, get the fading if you want, or otherwise continue using a delayed destroy technique because this is just too bad, I guess. But it actually is, at least just shows that this my asset actually does work, so you can use it in built-in or in any other render pipeline, it doesn't matter. Alright, so the offset can be minus 0.07. So that was the most I could get, I guess. But it's not bad. It's better than nothing. So now let's go and apply the prefabs and fix this problem as well. Apply the player count wrap, and we should have it all done, but the footstep effect also needs to be fixed yet. So just assign the default lit material for this one, I mean the default particle one. And now it's going to spray out particles. So it's a very basic particle that we made because we just want to show you that you can also make effects inside the foot system. So here you have this looking around, and no issues as well. But yes, the layers are incorrectly set up yet because on the player it also needs to detect the controller, which is basically the controller is the stairs separated from the stairs IK. Can do that by going over here and just setting it to controller. Let's check the player armature, which is already set up correctly. Now it should work after you apply everything. And so you can see we have got HK Foot Placement working inside the built-in render pipeline. Make sure to get foot placement right now and subscribe and like.